Deeply Awake, Entangled, The Council of the 12. Title, Fun, May 3, 2014, by Kathy Vik, at kathyvik.com, also at lightworkers.org, MacArthur, and Deeply Awake at Tumblr. Council of 12. And so we begin. We tell you of news, of things which are in your becoming, we personalize, we maximize impact. We weave strands of thought within octaves of meaning, and allow each reader to interpret which symbols, indeed which letters on the page, she resonates with. The beauty of such a system ensures that those who read, who listen, watch or attend, those who are with us now are here purposefully. If that purpose is to throw contrast on held interpretations, introducing a bit of color and light into a quiet, subdued tableau, so be it. Use what you like, leave the rest. And so this day we are wishing to explain personality theory, in perhaps different terms as have been presented previously. There are visuals, and metaphors, if you find this handy. Imagine a ball of light encoded information, a ball of the clouds you have begun to speak of in your computer science. A cloud of information, riding light, interconnected, highly encoded information. This ball is, of course, aware. And due to its construction, it can be understood that this ball of information knows all, has access to all information. Nothing is withheld, all is available in this ball of light. Imagine this ball wishes to experiment in consciousness. Knowing, being and loving, a pale word, all. It is beautiful and intensely gratifying. And there is more. There is always more. Can you imagine that such a ball exists here with you in this now moment, as you are scanning the words? This ball of light, it has sent off a spark, a representative, a probe, one could say, and this entity it has lovingly created to experience a reality it wishes to understand in a deeply satisfying and highly creative way, a highly productive and evolving way, is you. It can be no other way. This is the core, root truth of it. You are an emanation of light, part of the all of such an intensely bright, loving, compassionate, benevolent, entangled awareness. To say you are part of it, does this not imply separation from that which we are discussing? What separates you from us is biology, we have said. Understand this biology is set, calibrated, to perceive a certain way, and time. This is one of the factors in this biology, in this reality, at present, so to speak. Linear awareness, past, present and future, beginning middle and end, letter after letter on a page which results in a gestalt, a feeling state, which may move you to re-examine your perceptions. This is part of the setup in this reality, the one which engrosses you, and so engrossed are you that you are even now perhaps unconvinced that when you dream, when you sleep, the reality from which you emanate is rejoined. Linear time is a device to assist the biology in its progression, in connection. Is it possible, then, to be biological and not be linear? This question is a lovely one, since it has many answers, and each of them are correct, and it is with this question we ask you to consider your television. Consider that each entity incarnate at this time has, as part of their equipment, a viewing box, a TV, with which the personality views and interacts with its reality. Gaining a bit of altitude, looking on many such sets, one can see that some sets are receiving black and white pictures, while some have color sets. And there are a few, to be sure, who are wandering about without a set. We will save them for last, as they are an odd lot. Consider that the resonance, feeling state, pitch of programming is set with the amount of color in the set. Black and white programs are those which are rigid, have good guys and bad guys with vengeance, punishment, winners and losers, victims and perps. This is fine programming, enthralling programming, and it is fear-based. Karma-driven. Valuable, necessary and valid. As each goes about their daily business, consider that the television is always on in the background, or, better, consider the television is translucent. The audio can be perceived only by the set's owner, and what is broadcast influences what occurs within the body and mind and emotions of its viewer, and therefore influences relations with all they come in contact with. As more and more color is introduced to the set, you will notice that the programming itself begins to change. There are more shows about broader subjects, less hand-to-hand combat, and the viewer's perspective is altered every time more color is introduced to the set. Of course, this is an apt metaphor for one's physical brain. The cells most are convinced are some sort of nearly magical machine. No, the brain can be considered the seat of a portal, and this portal is the pineal gland. With its opening, color is introduced, focus is shifted, and more, simply more, is available to the viewer, so to speak. This is sent today to all those who are interested to remind them that color, light, variety, these things are activators. Joy is an activator. Acts of kindness, interest, intimacy, bliss, these are activators. Completion, resolution and epiphany are the result of activation, dear ones. It is as if the dormant receptors in one's countenance begin to light up, and a wave occurs, and soon enough, as light is introduced, as color is appreciated and seen not as threat but as gift, we tell you then, you may walk among anyone and be known as friend. There is always a way to show love, honor, high regard, if you feel it, and it need never turn another living soul away. We wish to anchor this especially. There has been a great clearing, a great harvesting, and from this it is understood and must be stated, this softness you seek lies within, and it lies in the most sacred of chambers, a chamber you alone may access. You have this knowledge, you know of this place. It is a place all seek, and some come to inhabit, a place of great self-love, self-acceptance and self-knowledge. There is nothing within you, and there has never been anything within you, for which the Creator finds fault. You are this ball of light, you are an emanation from love so thick it is unknown in this density. It remains hidden, and the high strains of music it emits leads all home, in body or at death, all come to see they were never anything but mighty creators, mighty solar angels, having a wild ride in consciousness, for no other purpose than to be. Competition, limitation, forgiveness, failure, success, these are meaningless terms. Here, in the place you stand with us now, we ask that you consider, those who wish to be soft in their dealings while shining ever brightly, we ask that you consider using your humor, as you are beginning to see how seriously this must be taken in order for the lessons to be learned. Many have begun to lose their magnetism to certain mindsets, with former agreement fields, we say. Great swaths of social conditioning are in ruins in the souls of many this day, and we tell you, thank you for your labor. Those who labor know that the new structures stand now, and are obstructed from view only by the psychic, so to speak, landmarks of the past, the landmarks each of you are actively dismantling now, with your sacred intent. And so we close with this lesson. Deep in meditation, high within the sun, we suggested to the channel that a cup of coffee would be nice. The channel then was aware of the many times recently she has been in deep indecision, over the silliest of things. Where to go for lunch, what to do with the afternoon, what to purchase or wear. These simple decisions have become quite challenging, we would submit, and we are embracing our dear beloved as we write. She sank within that moment, the tension created by these two choices, beginning the transmission or getting a nice cup of coffee. We tell you this to illustrate that choice, just one choice, always, and must always, brings a cascade of activities and probabilities, as you all know. We showed her that in this moment of choice, there is no right and there is no wrong. There is preference. There is style, we say, and there is fun, creativity, joy. And so, getting up to get a nice cup of coffee became a ponderous and deliciously difficult thing. We then interrupted, and told her a few things, and we tell you the same to close. It is possible now, dear ones, to have more access to probability fields than it once was for you. As such, it may seem, at times, that simple decisions lose their simplicity, as you are more able to feel farther through lines of thought and action. We do not expect you to believe us. We simply ask you follow our line of thinking. Able to receive more data, it is easier for decisions to begin to appear strangely ponderous, and, frankly, far too important. Nothing is life and death, dear ones. You, of all people, know this by now. And so we explain that in making any decision, but especially the ones which seem to trip you up, or paralyze, we ask you use a very simple rule of thumb. When faced with a decision, consider the action, the storyline, the thought or behavior that feels like the most fun. Dare we say it? Dare we introduce levity into this somber cathedral of thought? Fun, fun, fun. When was the last time you squealed with delight, laughed out loud, hugged someone longer than usual? Are you on the lookout for ways in which to be nice, friendly, and do you seek out laughter? When was the last time you indulged a pleasure which you knew was in alignment, it just felt good, but it was out of character, or something brand new? We ask you, as the divine beings you are, to take a look around at your options, and then decide to do that which is the most fun. Perhaps the one that is the most out of character, the untried, but that calls to you, pulls you toward it because it sounds like fun. Contrary to the loved ones watching black and white sets, choosing fun often involves lives of profound service, deep sacrifice and steadfast diligence. Fun to us does not imply irresponsibility, but is integral to the responsible, spiritually mature human being. Jokes, fun, laughter, gaiety, celebration, song, oh. When was the last time you brought something into the office for someone because you thought it might be fun? This morning, did you think it might be fun to dress in that t-shirt you've never worn? What might be fun for you to do in this moment? If there is a server, a light bearer, in a position of hardship, sacrifice, willing effort, this is made light with fun. Any task, we say, and we ask for you to begin to believe this, any task can be fun. Further, as your set begins to flood with color, you will begin to see that there is this element of iridescent joy which runs through each and every encounter and experience you have had, are having now, or will ever have, which resonates in your memory, restores you when you feel weary, lightens your heart when you feel sad. How odd for us to tell you that even in the depths of your darkest extremity, there was an element of fun. We know, it is sacrilege to say such things, and we cross this line not too often, but once in a while, it must be said, these grand adventures of consciousness, even the dips, they are done because it is fun. We do not expect those with heavy hearts to understand. We understand that an absence of fun turns the picture dull, drains color and vitality from the experience. Fear does that. It is leaden, it is slow. But even it understands, fundamentally understands vitality, force, joy, mirth, fun. It is its brother, its keeper and its twin, and its depth is known by the absence of light, of fun, of mirth and happy hearts, grateful bodies, complete and open minds. This leadenness all on earth are waking from, the seriousness and the high stakes, this is fear-based thinking. There is another way. And so we give a message to the third group, the odd ducks, the ones for whom we have been waiting to talk to. We say there is much work before humanity, much service and labor to do, much dismantling, you see. And we ask those who understand this message this day to take up their tools with glad hearts, with the strength and precision only gratitude and recognition and laughter can provide, and we ask you to continue any and all work with joy in your hearts, with color in your speech, with lightness you do not dim, but have learned to soften. Smile, look up at the clouds you love to converse with, feel your feet being gripped by your mother, and smile your own knowing incandescent smile of approval, dear ones. Let it be from your heart, a heart no longer watching old programs, reruns, endless spiraling loops of emotion pointing out the lack of what you have come to embody. You are ours, and we're yours. Selah.